This movie was interesting to me because I think I would consider this maybe the first black rugby movie made, that was focused on the community, um, focused on the culture, to say the least. And that is the Nomads. This one was an interesting one for me. So, if you guys didn't know, the Nomads were actually released in 2019 at a film fest in Philadelphia, but it would actually got wide distribution in 2020 on TV, on Bounce TV. It was directed by Brandon Eric Kamen, written by Tara Miel. This is an independent movie, basically, that they raised money and really had worked on this movie for the better part of half a decade, I believe. And it's interesting to see because it was an effort to create a Hollywood movie about a story that's actually real. The Nomads actually is loosely based on the development and creation of the North Philly Nomads, who are run by, or were run by at the time, James Brunson, who we actually have an interview. If you guys go check out episode 16, tells the true story of the Nomads. But this movie follows Casey McNamara, played by the great and awesome Tika Sumpter, as well as Mark Nolan, played by Tate Donovan, who you might know as the voice of Hercules in the 1997 cartoon movie Hercules. The plot behind this one is really kind of simple. Schools in North Philly are getting closed due to budget cuts, things that actually happened. Of course, where they're most affected are in neighborhoods and areas that are the least economically viable, to say the least. And of course, that's where you need to make sure that you have schools the most so that people have the highest chance. And so, from all this information, McNamara, who is a former USA Rugby player in this movie, and decides to take up a job as a math teacher at the school. And when she realizes the energy and how the kids are, she works with Mark Nolan to create a rugby team for the school. And from there, it becomes a story about building character and development and going through the works as they become a better rugby team and deal with racial issues and deal with conflicts internally and externally. It's a solid movie. Honestly, for me, it's a solid movie. I'm not going to lie, it didn't provide anything that was surprising. If you want to call it, it was really a run-by-the-numbers sports movie. I mean, this is basically Dangerous Minds mixed with just a slight tints of, like, Coach Carter. Like, that's basically what this is. It's Dangerous Minds, Coach Carter for rugby with a woman at the lead. So, yeah, still, Dangerous Minds, Coach Carter for rugby. I liked it just for the sake that I appreciated the effort. I remember whenever I first watched it, I was live tweeting it. Some of the information I really wanted to know were like, I was like, who the heck is Casey McNamara? Who is this person who is a USA player? Like, I swear I've never heard of them. And obviously, for the sake of storytelling, they're amalgamations of multiple people being kind of put into one character. But I thought Tika Sumpter did great, and especially for the fact that this is an independent movie, and she's a well-addressed actress. I think that they did a good job in getting someone who I would consider as a B-plus name, and has acted in some great films like Ride Along or, Ride Along 2. These are the two that stand out the most, and then some Tyler Perry movies. But in terms of did it provide anything that I hadn't seen before? No. Did it really give a unique take that it was, despite it being in Philadelphia? I mean, outside of your cheese your cheesesteak references. You could have told me it was anywhere in the country, any uh, inner city location around the country, and would have felt the exact same. Um, I do like the actors. They did a good job. I, love the fact that they used some actual rugby players that were formerly and currently part of the North Philly Nomads. Uh, yeah, it's an okay film. It's an okay film. Like I said, it's not bad. It's not great. But it's a solid effort, and honestly, it's nice to have another American movie other than just Forever Strong. And I enjoy it obviously from the other perspective of being able to have the not so much rags to riches, but the help the kids rise out of their situation. And it wasn't a white savior moment either, too, which I think is really important for a lot of these movies, especially as they go forward. So within rugby, it allows a diversity trend within it. But I do hope that, it was going to create more of a standard for trying to make more American rugby movie stories. And I think that will still soon to be there. Uh, I know for me, it's something that I really wanted to get done. So, but I give this movie, 6 out of 10, maybe 5.8 out of 10. Um, Great effort. You can understand that there was passion put into it. Just a very generic storyline, just to say it, even if it was a real situation. But it was a pretty generic storyline in terms of sports stories. But I recommend it. You guys can watch it on Amazon Prime. Definitely available for there. And I do believe you might have to pay for it in rental now. But I think it's worth at least taking a watch, especially with the family. Especially great to be able to have with everybody around. If you're in the north around the fire, and just being able to watch it if you got snow outside, and if you don't, it's just good to be able to chill in between football games. Great during Christmas, nice feel good moment. Like you're not gonna regret watching it. You just say the least. It's not gonna be like, oh my god, I wasted my time, but it's not gonna take you over the top. So definitely check it out and let me know what you guys think.